This edition of the Ridley Report is brought to you by frostgpr.com. Get your preparedness supplies. That is FrostGPR's advice. They heckled, they screamed, they stormed out in anger. And Adam Kokesh from Iraq Veterans Against the War saw it all. And you wanted to talk a little bit today about your impressions of this kind of, rowdy crowd that went into the New Hampshire State House to voice their disapproval of this, the State House voted against a sovereignty resolution.
Well, there was a distinct difference in the proceedings at the New Hampshire State House from the U.S. Congress, and it was beautiful to see representative democracy, as it should be, a very sordid, messy, and vibrant affair, and it was beautiful to see that, and that the crowd of free staters and everybody that came to help support HCR 6 was in there to watch it and make sure that the legislators knew that they were being watched and were willing to essentially risk arrest by heckling on their way out, although a very, very minor risk. But what I thought was so beautiful about that is that people recognized that it wasn't just about a vote on HCR 6, because if the vote had passed that day and nothing had happened, it wouldn't have mattered. But that the battle was won with all the people who affirmed their commitment to the principles of liberty and the Jeffersonian principles that were laid out in that bill. And the most important thing that was said that day was by the hecklers as they were storming out. And it was, "You don't represent me, I'll see you in November." And if the free staters here and all the other people in New Hampshire that love those Jeffersonian principles and understand the freedom that they stand for and the essential human rights behind all of that, and really the love for humanity that is behind all of our philosophy, can follow through and organize and make sure that come the next cycle we have a legislature here in New Hampshire that better represents a freedom-loving people, I think it'll be a great success for the project and for freedom and for humanity itself to see that this bastion here that has been created in New Hampshire is sustained and furthered and asserted in government. But I'm not worried about the legislation, and I'm not worried about the names of the people that make up the legislature of New Hampshire in particular, because when we have the revolution that we're calling for, it's a revolution of principles, a revolution of values, understanding and commitment to what it means to be a citizen in this constitutional democratic republic of the United States of America, and what it means to fight for the principles that this country was founded on. And when we get that paradigm shift, we'll have it represented and manifest in our governance one way or another. And I like to see that the battleground here in New Hampshire, and some victories for the side of freedom.
All right, Adam Kokesh, thank you very much. Get your preparedness supplies. That is FrostGPR's advice. If you're prepared, you will not fear. That's why FrostGPR is here. FrostGPR.com.